Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Help me get to 1 million. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe. Oh yes, as I said, help me get to 1 million. If you would like everything from me, the link to my website is below the video, or please feel free to call me or text me. Having said that, I'm going to welcome everyone and thank you, chat managers, for your help. I read something earlier this morning, and I just looked at what at AG Gems from New York, Tish Gems from New York. She just gave a short speech on the steps of the courthouse, and she basically is unflinching, and also she had supporters. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because Trump is thinking, or he's not thinking, okay? He hates Obama. I'm sure we all know that. And it seems to me they've started investigating Obama, and some people, if not Biden, I would be surprised if he doesn't go after Biden as well. I would not be surprised if they indict Obama and some people who worked for Obama and who worked for Biden. And that's my prediction. They're going to try to indict Obama. It's going to backfire. Just like indicting Tish Gems, and she is going to be going to trial sometimes, I believe, January 6th. Okay. It's going to fail. But Obama will be a bigger fish for him to have, because Obama is beloved. He's only beloved by MAGA. And MAGA is a very small, he's a minority. Yes, he's in the White House. And according to reports, let me make sure I clear my prediction is, if he indicts Obama, he's going to have a big problem in his hands. And he will fail. And the same thing with Tish Gems. So, none of those people are going to go to prison. I don't know how many of you heard, Steve Bannon said, I met Letitia James. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? I don't know how many of you heard that Steve Bannon said they have a way, or they found a way to make sure that Trump remains president one more term. Okay, for one more term. I'm not God. The number one thing that came to mind when he said that, has he looked at Trump's legs lately? That's number one. Number two, by the time, if Trump is still around in 2028, okay, to be honest with you, I don't see how. Because if you notice, every day he creates new enemies, and he can't help it. And the people around him are following his leads. No one is standing up to him to tell him you're heading in the wrong direction. And they all basically feel the same way he does. So they are all heading in the same direction. Let me put it this way. I don't feel it's going to happen. Biden can say, they can come up with all kinds of shenanigans, they want, dream all they want. It's not going to happen. And if I were Biden, I'd be very careful. because he may get indicted again. That's my prediction. And he may end up in prison again. So I hope he, instead of going out and talk, he pays attention to some of his activities behind the scenes, because they can't help it. I love money too, but I'm not going to do stupid things to have it. But these guys, they think if they can't have it the normal way, they will use other means. They will get it by other means. So good luck to Biden. My prediction is on video. There is one thing I want to say about Haiti that I almost forgot. A couple of years ago, when they sent the Nigerian policemen to Haiti, I thought they were the military. I didn't think they were policemen. But I said the gangs would lose, and I don't remember the time frame I gave. Okay, I didn't look it up. I didn't, play the video again. But this time, it seemed like the United States government and the UN sent military people to face the gangs in Haiti. And this time, they have the proper tools: helicopters, drones, and trained military, and also I'm saying Freddie Prince, not Freddie Prince, Prince, the guy who owns Blackwater. Blackwater is down there as well. I don't like it very much, but when you are desperate, the people are dying, okay, you do what you got to do. When I say I don't like Prince military people, mercenaries in Haiti, it's because they don't care. They will. They're not the American military. They answer to no one. And, innocent people, unfortunately, they die. Not me. They've died already. For the past week or two, since new military have been in the country. But I don't feel this time around it's going to last very long. And I feel the new approach of fighting the gangs is going to be effective. And I read somewhere Prince said to give him between now and Christmas to clean up the gangs on the north side of the country. I feel he will succeed. He may do it even sooner, because it's unfortunate, those guys are not military people. They just have a gun, and a lot of them don't know. They don't understand what they are facing, or they are about to face. They have no idea. And I heard, even smart people, I heard one of them from a video I watched the other day saying that, well, these guys are supposed not to be in the country. What are they doing? And I'm sitting here, almost fell off my chair. I'm cracking up because, yes, they are in the country. They are collecting intelligence where each one of those groups of gangsters are, and they're going to decimate them. Basically, that's what they're doing. But these young gangsters, they have no idea what they are facing. They are about to be decimated. That's my prediction. And moving on, Trump is meeting with Xi. I don't feel he's going to have a stroke while over there. He may have little things, but we won't know about them because, as we know, he has a contingency of physicians and everything that he needs that travel with him. And according to from what I understand, Air Force One has a hospital in it or some kind of clinic. Okay, so his health will hold, but I expect they already know she has gotten the best of us. And because of that mineral that makes magnet for weapons, so far they have the upper hands. They are the only country who, if I'm not mistaken, the only country that's producing it. we are looking for, we have a contract with Australia. Yeah, I think it's Australia, okay, to mine and then, come up with ways to produce the stuff that we need. But because of Trump thinking he can lead, he's in charge of the world and he's killing people all over the place, it's going to backfire. And like I said, I've been complaining about this for a long time. If we are not careful, they have not been able to displace us yet from our position of leadership. But it's getting too close for comfort. Trump and the people around him are no match for Xi and the people around him, because the people around Xi were educated, a lot of them were educated in the U.S. They know how we do business, they know us, and we are an open society. So Trump wanted to have the upper hand. Unfortunately for us, he's going to have to. He put us in a very bad situation, really. And no, he's not going to win. Yes, they're going to come up with a deal and stop the tariff stuff. Is not going to stop. That's what she's trying to do. And she's not going to do some of the stuff that Europeans are doing, playing games with them. That's the other thing. Okay? But intuitively, I feel the only thing she wants is create a stable environment so they can do business and continue, keep the Chinese people in a good position. Just like they're looking out for their people as we are looking out. Well, Trump is looking out for himself. I'm sorry, friends, as you all know that already. Okay, he doesn't care about the rest of us. So whatever happens, if he knows it's him and the stock market and his family. Okay, that's all he cares about. So since the stock market may tank and his billionaire friends may suffer, okay, this is just another game for him. Don't expect much of a win. Win both sides, yes. I'm saddened to say, it bothers me to know, and as you guys know, I've been complaining about this for a very long time, but it's here. So let's see what happens. Let's keep our finger. We're not losing yet, but I'm not optimistic with the way Trump is going. And obviously, you don't even have to be psychic to see it. Let's see what happens. And something I said yesterday about the Binance, the guy Trump pardoned, and Republicans are up in arms about it. I said he was a founder of TikTok. No, he's a founder of a cryptocurrency house, really. Okay, I don't know exactly. It was an investment firm, and you could transfer money, that kind of stuff. And it seemed like he wasn't. Money laundering was happening. They knew about it, but they wanted to make money. But that's what he was doing. For some reason, I think now he may be on the board of TikTok. There is something about a Chinese billionaire, Chinese American, I should say, not Chinese, Chinese American. I'm sorry, that may be on the board of TikTok. That there is some kind of association there. That's why I made the mistake yesterday. But I wanted to correct that. Okay, this gentleman is from Binance, so. He was not involved with TikTok. Okay. And the next reference is, let me see if you guys have questions. I couldn't help it. I stumbled on on an article about Epstein, and I'll come back to that in a minute. I should have mentioned this Raymond DePasquale said Whitney Allison, Reagan was a bad actor, a terrible president. I wasn't a fan of his either. But you remind me of something that Canadian, basically Trump decided to break, negotiation with Canada. The same stupid things he's doing again, making us look bad, and he's not going to accomplish anything except probably the stock market probably drop today, another opportunity for his friends to make money, okay, and then it's going to go back up. But yes, he's going to play the tackle game again. That's basically this is another opportunity for him to do this. So it's nothing, we got to take him seriously because everything he does, he's president. He's pushing the right buttons, not for the right reasons though. So let's see what happens. But I don't feel the breakdown and talk with Canada will last. That's my prediction. Now back to Epstein. I heard from TV and I read an article about what happened to Geoffrey, I can never pronounce her name, that lady who committed suicide and was terribly abused by Epstein, and she was being passed around to a number of people. I feel like saying, no matter what they do, it's very painful. I've read a little bit about it. I don't want to dwell on that stuff too much, okay? But my prediction, I have a prediction, the people who abused those young ladies at that time now, who are women, they're not going to get away with it. Trump can do whatever he wants, and a lot of stuff that he's doing, okay, it's mostly because they think they can make people forget the Epstein situation and talk everything away, sweep it away under the carpet. I don't feel that's going to happen. Regardless of what, Trump is not going to relent, but this is one thing, being president of this country is not going to help anyone. They can postpone, and Mike Johnson has put everything on the line to help Trump. Like I said yesterday, he's going to live to regret it, and they're going to turn on each other. There are other things that I have not seen being reported anywhere, but things that we don't know that's going on between him. Somebody thought, you know what? As we know, Trump can't help it. He asks people he orders people to do things. And after they do it and they realize, oh my God, did I break the law? Okay. Trump doesn't care. And now it's even worse because, he's got immunity from the Supreme Court. He's not covered, fully covered, but 80 to 90% covered, that's pretty good coverage. So that's going to be a point of contention, and to really be, I feel like saying, between Mike Johnson, Trump, and others around Trump. Because what we are hearing happening with money, orders that Trump has given to his subordinates, things to do that are breaking the law, and these people are going out just like the ICE agents. They tell them to do something and they go and do it, and they're breaking laws. And I heard this morning somebody by the name of Mike, I don't remember Mike something. He's a Trump lackey, and he said ICE agents should, if a police officer, because as we know, there's a new, blue state governors are getting tired of this invasion thing and the way the federal agents are going about arresting people and abusing, people from the state. So they decided, if you break the law and and the process of finding out who's legal and who's illegal, and you abuse your power, you're going to be arrested, or you break state law. So that guy is threatening to, he's saying federal agents should kill cops if they were to be arrested. His name is Mike Davis. That's the point I was trying to make when I said, he's a zealot. Chances are he knows that's what Trump would like. So he's saying, shoot cops. Good luck. If that happens, I don't know the name, accessory to murder or something. Does anybody know how the law that applies to this? The dummy. These people think they're smart. Does anybody know how that would what that's called? When you incite people to go do to commit crimes, that's what he's doing. So if anything happens to any policeman or something, he will be implicated. So, but the point I'm trying to make is people around Trump are basically acting on his orders, and they are committing crimes on his behalf. Yes, he may not go to prison. He may not even be prosecuted for it out of it, because they fall under the umbrella of his immunity. But something, I don't think it's everything, because what he's doing on international water, I know you guys remember that his lawyers asked the court if he can kill his political opponents, and the Supreme Court said yes. Okay, but the international community is not going to be so nice when the time comes. Cheryl 5228 says, me no accessory to crime. That's possibly something like that. I don't know, but I'm sure you know better than I do. Yes, for accessory. Yeah, that sounds right. So, that guy, Mike, whatever his name is, he thinks he's so smart. Inciting, I don't think, ICE or any federal agent is going to listen to him. Okay? Life would be simpler if they allow themselves to be arrested, because they're going to go through the process. Unlike what they are doing, okay, a lot of those poor people, they didn't receive any due process. But anyway, that's what's going to come back to bite a lot of people, and possibly Trump when this is over, if he's still with us. But my friend, this is not going in the right direction. Some people ask me questions, and I promise something else. When I said these people don't have, or they don't know how to make friends, Eggshirt basically has directed all military personnel to watch his address on policy and cultural changes, with confirmation required by the end of October. So that the speech he gave during that meeting they had with the military, he's ordering everyone to watch that video. Can you imagine? It's unbelievable. That's not making anyone in the military happy. Okay. And one more thing I mentioned yesterday, I'm sure it's NOM who ordered missiles as part of their military weapon inventory. Well, they came out and denied their purchasing missiles, because it astounded me as well. They say it's a lie. You know what happened? It's because the word went out, and they are being questioned. What do they need missiles for? But intuitively, I feel it was true. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm looking for... One second. Okay, I answered this question. Okay, let me look for your guys' questions, and then yes, I'm not sure if I finished talking about the Epstein stuff. They're not going to be able to cover it up. Okay, it's going to come out no matter what. And Jack Smith, whenever he goes in front of Congress, I think they're going to postpone it because they don't want to find themselves. He's no dummy. They know it. And Jim Jordan is no match. And I don't see, when I watch Crockett and other Democrats who are on the same committee as Jim Jordan, I don't see anybody in there that can trip Jack Smith. So I'm not worried. But my prediction is the Epstein file is going to come out no matter what they say, no matter what they do. I think I said it, but I wanted to make sure I gave you what my prediction is. Oh yeah, Jack Smith is going to be fine. Delma Montes 4462. Yeah, Jack Smith is going to be fine. They can't come close to that guy. Okay. Let's see. Miss E18 says, Milo, will government employee get back to work anytime soon? It feels like to me between now and second week of November. Okay, I said around a month. It's going to extend because the pressure is on, regardless of what Trump is pretending. Well, they stick their foot into the mouth, the usual thing. Whatever the name of his spokesperson is, she said Trump is not focusing on anything else but destroying the White House and building his ballroom. Wrong answer. Okay. But I do feel, give it another couple of weeks, unfortunately, next week is, is the last week of October. My God, the year just flew by. Okay. Della Jane 65 says, Milo, have you read or are you currently reading Virginia's book, Nobody's Girl? No, I read an excerpt. I don't want to read that book for a reason. As you guys know, I see pictures, and I'm not going to repeat what was said on TV, the way she was treated by John. That's what these people are, unfortunately. She was, unfortunately for Geoffrey, I don't remember. Oh, Virginia's, yeah. Okay. The way she was treated by one of those guys. And the lady, her co-author, said she knows the name of all the perpetrators. Okay, all the Johns. So that's, to me, intuitively, I feel they're being put on notice. But if I read that book, my friend, I don't want to see pictures as I read. It's bad enough I heard what I heard on TV. It's tough to hear, at least to me. I don't think I can handle it. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to read it. Okay. Raymond Di Pasquale says, my guy goes, make Argentina great again. Well, so is doing that for sure. Sharon Jones 5553 says, are all these illegal constructions of the ballroom and the Arc de Triomphe really be completed and be successful in getting the Wanda Cohen with the face on it? Well, I don't know about the Ark, the Ark of Trump, I think they call it. Jesus. The ballroom, I feel, will be completed. The thing is, the next president may change it to something different. Because Trump wants to, he basically wants to, he thinks he's going to be president for life. Let me tell you guys, I brought up Bannon a little while ago. Him saying Trump is going to be president again in 2028. He's not in a vacuum, okay? Republicans are always looking, cheating, and find ways to suppress the vote in order for them to have their way, okay? It's not in a vacuum. We have to take them seriously, right? But that's why I've said it many times. The first day Trump and his family walked the White House ground, what they were thinking is, how do we, after we move here, how do we keep it for good? Hostile takeover if it comes to that. Okay? Trump wants to make Ivanka the first woman president of this country. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's why he's building that huge ballroom, so like that, the parties he usually has at Mar-a-Lago, he can have them in the White House. All his billionaire friends, we're going to be eating crow. Like I said a couple of years ago, they want us naked, hungry, with barely being able to keep a roof over our head while they are partying in our White House. Unfortunately, that's the goal. That's why he's building it. But I think it's going to fail, my friends. Yeah. Okay. But yes, he will finish that. I don't know about the arc because the feedback he's getting about dismantling the White House is not good. In fact, if you ask me, it's pretty scary. I was listening to a lady who basically said, she says she has a radio show in Georgia. She's from Georgia. Republicans, the Republican audience are not concerned about it because they think what Trump is doing is what Obama did. Whatever, I remember there was some kind of something they were fixing in the White House. I don't remember Obama destroying a whole wing of the White House. Can somebody please? Did I forget something? Maybe I'm losing brain cells because of age. I don't think so, but I don't remember Obama or anyone do what Trump is doing to the White House. He has no respect for history and what happened in that historic building. That's why he's doing what he's doing. But it's going to come back to bite. The majority of Americans don't like it. There's going to be a price. Watch. That's my prediction. Okay. Let's see. Kimberly, Catherine Gilbert, 5952, said it's going to look gold everywhere and tacky. I'm not going to say the other way, but yes, you're right. It's going to be tacky. Oh my God. And there's nothing like it. There isn't going to be anything like it around the world. Who cares? It's four walls. And basically he copied, I thought it was something he saw while he was in England. He basically copied the czars in Russia. They were showing something similar in Russia. And you know what happened? We know what happened to the czars, right? In Russia, unfortunately, the Russian people were dying of hunger. They couldn't eat while they were having caviar and all the good stuff in the palaces. Yeah. Good luck with that. Kenneth Blanksley says, Milo, when will Trump fall from grace? I feel he has already fallen from grace, my friend. It's a matter of when he leaves. And I'm telling you, I am hearing murmurs of something. What's going to happen besides him basically deploying the military all over in all the blue states and create an unsafe situation in this country, and then they may remove him. But he's becoming so unpopular. Give it the first quarter of next year, how bad the economy is. I believe I mentioned that yesterday. People are going to be demanding. They are demanding already that he be removed. And Republicans, intuitively, I feel, have had enough. So they may impeach him. Not may. If what I see is coming happens, the Republican breaking, put with Democrats, they'll remove him. And I would not be surprised if that happens. Okay? And Mike Johnson, like I said yesterday, has up to here with him and his shenanigans. The demands that, like I said earlier, he's asking all of them to break the law for him. He doesn't care about them. And they've all realized that, not beginning, they've all realized what he's doing. And a lot of them are not happy about what he's doing to the White House. Okay? Among a whole bunch of other stuff. So, hang tight. All right. I think this is it, friends. Okay. I'm looking for questions. Ruth Papilek says Obama changed the tennis court into a basketball court. Oh, okay. He put up 2 basketball nets and painted lines. Thank you for saying that. I remember there was something, and people were saying he did something. He didn't deface. He didn't tear down any part of the building. If you're president, you can make changes like that because it's easy to change it back. But what Trump is doing, you can't put it back together. You can put the tennis back, change it back to the tennis court from a basketball court, or you can, it can have dual purpose. We have the technology today; we can transform those things like this. Okay, everyone, you're very welcome, Elizabeth Martinez. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedia.com, or feel free to call me or text me. If you like the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. That would help me a lot. Also, don't forget to tap on the notification bell. And also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That would be, if you do, more people will see the video. It will help me financially. And if you feel like donating, that would be appreciated as well. I will see you all. Tomorrow Saturday. Oh my God. I thought yesterday was Saturday because they came to help me. So tomorrow evening, I'll do my short readings for anyone who shows up in the chat. And members, I'll see you tomorrow. The rest of you, Monday. Till then, bye.